Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Daisy Wealth Multiplier System. My name is Solomon James, and this presentation will be about something quite exciting, something that is it's already taking the world by storm. The attention a lot of people are already turning in this direction to find out what this is all about. What is Daisy? Yes, this is a decentralized artificial intelligence system. So tonight it's my duty to share and throw more enough light as to what this is all about so you can take an informed decision. Now, that being said, let's have a legal disclaimer. Please understand that purchasing and participating in Daisy crowdfunding packages is a contribution to the equity crowdfund for the Daisy AI development and is not a trading investment. Endotech is giving both shares of stock in the company and profit sharing from trading results to each contributor as crowdfunding rewards. Prior to Endotech going public, shares of Endotech stock will be rewarded to each crowdfund contributor, and stock certificates will require a KYC verification of each contributor's legal identity before any shares of stock can be rewarded. In the case that Endotech does not go public, the equity will be converted into dividend for each contributor. The trading account will be used for the purposes of testing and development, and past performance does not guarantee future results. And what we share is for informational purposes only. Historical performance shown are also the result of compounding profit, and profit rewards again are contingent upon profitable trading performance, and results again are not a guarantee. All performance will be visible and full transparency to each crowdfund contributor. We have up to 46% of the funds being designated in the smart contract for marketing via the referral reward plan. And Daisy is currently not officially available yet in our US market. All right, so what is Daisy? Daisy is a community of people. Daisy is an exciting movement that is taking the world by storm. It's an equity crowdfunding model for both financial technology sector. It's a decentralized autonomous organization. Through the use of smart contracts on public blockchain, we are not a company. Daisy is a model where anyone can win with profit, equity, and income. And we are currently crowdfunding Endotech for the Daisy AI project. And everyone that makes this contribution will be receiving exclusive stock, equity, and staking reward. So there are two things here: stock, equity, and staking reward. So what's Daisy AI? Now, like I've just mentioned, Daisy is a community, but Daisy AI is a project, okay, that we are participating in. It's a decentralized AI system being developed by Endotech. And Daisy AI is the next generation of AI trading, and Daisy AI will significantly multiply the current AI performance. Currently, what Endotech is doing, they have an AI that is producing exceptional results, but with this super AI that is being put in place, which we are like venture capitalists funding the idea, the goal is to make sure that that AI is delivering 4 times their current result. And Daisy AI is the first project being capitalized by our crowdfund. So we are crowdfunding this project. It's the first one. There is a second one that is already happening in a couple of weeks. And Daisy AI will be receiving $10 million for development from the referral plan. And the target for live Daisy AI trading account is $500 million in the Daisy fund. Daisy AI is Endotech's path to becoming a public company. So who is Endotech? Well, Endotech is the first technology partner for our community. They are a global fintech company with specialty in AI trading system. They have a roadmap to complete Daisy AI and be publicly traded next year, 2022. Currently, they are providing AI trading system for top financial institutions. And they have a proven track record of high performance results. It's founded by Dr. Anna Baker and is being operated by top AI scientists. So who is Dr. Anna Baker? Well, she's one passionate AI enthusiast, and her deep learning algorithm manages over $1 billion of investment, asset under management, and these have been deployed in managing institutional monies for more than a decade. A team of AI scientists have more than 20 proprietary AI systems in operation, and this serves as the AI investment backbone of trading at more than 150 investment firms across the United States, Europe, and Asia. At the age of 20, Dr. Anna was able to solve over a 30-year-old mathematical problem that has never been solved, and she used what she called the approximation algorithm by a factor of 2. Today, that solution she brought in now has wide application in operating system, database system, and even VLSI chip design. She's worked with CMEs, CBOT, FCMs, and other participants of the futures and commodity ecosystem to promote algorithmic trading platform both to retail and institutional clients. Following her PhD in artificial intelligence at the Early Technology University, which is in Israel where she resides, Dr. Bekan has founded and sold several AI companies in the fintech space. And currently right now, she is the founder and the CEO of Endotech. Her publications have been distributed in the leading AI financial circles across Europe and America, and her machine learning system have been integrated into some of the world's largest and most successful banks and funds worldwide, including Dragon Holding, even up to MF Global. These are some of the results of Endotech. Again, understand that past performance is not indicative of future performance, and what we show again is for informational purposes. You can go to their website, which is www.endotech.io, www.endotech.io. Check their pricing. It will cost you $125,000 US, which has not changed, for you to be able to access the Endotech platform to cooperate with them. Now, and that $125,000 US is being paid annually every year. And despite that, you still need to have a minimum of $1 million for Endotech to engage you. So for a start with Endotech, you will need a minimum of $1.125 million to play around with Endotech. Well, this is one of the accounts that began 2018. In the space of about 34 months, this $1 million had been traded to a profit of 2,239%. Now, that's simply turning $1,000 to $22 million. Now, and yet every year you are paying $125,000 US. Well, if you have $1 million that have turned to over 22 million, will you be willing to pay $125,000 US? Which is why everybody is beating their pathway down to Endotech's door, because who wouldn't want to pay $125,000 US when you know you'll be making much more than that? Annualized, they are doing about 800%. Again, understand these are compounded trade also. But you can see here that in the space of 34 months, they had 21 winning months and 13 losing months. Because I've got some people are just looking at the trading almost every second, trying to check it every day. Guys, this is not a dash. This is a long haul. They are not trying to do a scalping. It's a long trade. These are institutional traders. They are not looking at your 5-minute candle. They are not looking at your 1-minute candle. They are looking at longer term. They are catching trends. They have positions that they might take and they will ride it to the top, okay? Or depend on the direction that they take. So I want to understand, in case you see somebody said, I saw the price has dropped a bit. This should give you the right perspective as to what is happening. You can even see here, worst daily loss, worst, minus 15%, minus 15.5%, and yet they still had over 2,000% in profit. So please, you've got to understand how they operate. They are not your everyday 1%, 0.5%. These are institutional traders, and this is the first time it's been open for the masses to engage Endotech. This is another strategy here. This trade began in September 1, 2020, just for 70 days. Within 70 days, a $10,000 USDT trading account had made about 300%, just in about 70 days. So you can see there about 39,747. And yet they still had one winning month and one losing month. Perhaps they started on a losing month. Then the person begin to scream, the account is dropping now. Meanwhile, the person is looking at the opportunity, not knowing that almost 300% is there. So guys, if you understand, they are probably, again, I will drop their Telegram group. link so that you go to almost every day they are putting crazy results of what is happening with their trades for their clients. And understand, anybody that can drop $1 million US is not trying to look at your one minute candlestick. I mean, it's already handed over, so they know these guys know what they do. Okay, so this is one account that was checked. Just this guy started in our community April 1st to April 24th. Today is 29. Okay, yeah. So just about 5 days ago, this guy started with the top of the range pack, about the 102,000 plus, of which about 70% was put into trading. And take a look at this. Just April 1st to May 24, this guy's account had done about 36%, over 24,000 US dollars in pure profit. And again, you are not there. You are not the one handling it. They are the one building it. They are the one trading for you. So these are the kind of results that we are getting with Endotech. Now, you are able to access all of this even from your mobile phone, your tab, your desktop, wherever you are in the world, you can access the live results. These are some of my personal results, and I've shared a whole lot of, from time to time, of different things happening. Some of us, I was one of those who had the opportunity to beta test this for 4 days before they shut it down and came back and we're open to the entire world March 30th. So we've had some amazing results from this, including withdrawals also from the system. Endotech has a roadmap. Again, Endotech was registered and started operation in 2012. So again, this is not something that started this year because you want to join. The entire world will begin to shake, because there are some people, once they want to be a part of things, I know people have bad experiences. I know people have had a lot of hurts in the past. So they just become very skeptical and they begin to think because they've just made $100 contribution, this thing must be a scam, or it's not going to be a scam. Well, you have the right for your trepidations based on the things that have happened in the past. But again, what I'm just trying to say here is that Endotech has been around for a while, 9 years in operation, okay? And they've been into different fields, doing a lot of things within the fintech space. 2017, the AI crypto trading was being developed, just as we are partnering with them right now to develop something that will be coming up next year. Then 2018, the commercial use of the AI crypto trading began. Now they are already trying to create something that will do 4 times what their current AI is doing, and that's where we come in. As of November, they were evaluated to be over 100 million US dollars, and 2021, this year, the crowdfunding needed for this project is 10 million US dollars. Of that 10 million right now, we have raised over 2.2 million US dollars. So phase 1 development is already in place, it had begun. And of the 500 million US dollars that is needed for the trading, testing, running, assets under management, we've already raised 64 million. So you see, it's a progressive work. People are coming in, people are seeing it, people are jumping into this idea. Like I said, March 30th, we had the launch of the Daisy 2.0. Then something that is coming up in another couple of weeks is the Daisy IDO DeFi Launchpad. I mean, it came faster than we ever thought, and people are excited because we are a community. Then we also be looking at adding Forex AI trading to the Daisy platform. Basically, you know, Forex has more liquidity, so that will be an additional $1 billion US in assets under management to play there. Then we go into this 2022, Daisy AI will be completed, Endotech goes public, then we go into other sectors. So it's a community of very, very possible things that can be done switching from one to the other. However, for everyone being a part of this community and making contributions and making being a part of this, you are being rewarded accordingly. But first, how do you play? You can fund up to 10 crowdfunding tiers, starting with just $100 USDT to be a part of this. So you can begin with that amounts. There are different levels. I'll talk to you about that. Now, everyone that contributes gets their proportional share of 5% of Endotech stock. So Endotech has set aside 5% for the community, so that anyone that contributes gets to be a part of that, get a bite of their stock. Now, imagine that you were there 2013 when Amazon began, and think about what, 2003. So think about the possibility of what Amazon has turned to, and you would have been getting a whole lot if you had a bite of that. For every one of us that is making a contribution, 50 to 70% of each contribution is used in trading for development. Okay, I just showed you a trade, and I've showed you other people's trade, and I might show you again if I have more time. So whatsoever you contribute, while they are building the AI, they take a portion of that and they are trading, so that there is passive return coming for you. So 50 to 70% is being used for trading. Now, whatever profit they make, 70% of the trading profits are rewarded back to the contributor. So please understand this. Daisy is not a trading company. We are not a trading company. We do not have a trading license. We are funding a company that is developing trading AI systems. So while we are funding them, and remember, we have money that they will use in the trading test. So while that is being built up, they are taking that money already to apply their current algorithm to it. And as they trade, they make profit, they are now willing to return 70% of whatever profit they make to you. Okay? So it's not Daisy that is returning, it's the part of the agreement the community has with Endotech that is making the trade. So it goes back to the contributor. 15% of the trading profits are also rewarded to the residual referral plan, meaning is being returned back to the community. Now, every contributor can withdraw trading rewards at any time. Anytime you can log into your back office and your account, you see, oh, you have made XYZ, and as long as you have a minimum of about $20 to $50, you can pull out that money and withdraw it at any time. All contributors are able to participate in the Daisy referral plan. So we have a referral system, but it's 100% optional. And the referral plan pays up to about 46% of each contribution being made. Now, we're using smart contract for a distribution of this fund because we are not a company. So there is no CEO, there is no MD, there is no finance department. You are not paying through the bank. So we're using a smart contract so that a lot of things will be transparent. But first, we are using a Tron wallet. So if you're interested and you want to be a part of this, please, you will need to have a Tron wallet. And to get a Tron wallet, you will go to www.tronlink.org, tronlink.org or .org, whichever pronunciation you get right. Then you download your Tron Link wallet, either Android, iOS, or on your desktop. Please, one of the most important things I will tell you in downloading your Tron wallet is to make sure you keep your 12 mnemonic passphrase. It's the most important advice I can give to you. Don't snap it. Don't just put it on your phone. Please put it on a hard piece of paper, diary, notebook, somewhere. Spread them, sprinkle them in places that are known to you, so that in case you miss it, you can recover your account or wallet back. Now that you have gotten your Tron wallet, then you fund it, then you make a contribution to the Daisy project. Now, the contribution you make to Daisy is also, because Daisy is using a smart contract, the smart contract takes that money and deploys it. 50 to 70% of it goes into live trading. So just like as I've showed you pictures of some trade. So it goes into the Daisy fund. About 46% goes into the referral network. So we have a Daisy crowd. Now, for all the monies coming into the Daisy fund, 50 to 70%, it is activated to be transferred to Endotech. And Endotech takes this money and they now begin to trade with the money. Please note that when you make a transfer or a contribution, it might take up to 72 hours or 96 hours for it to reflect in your account, because not because you've made a transfer right now, they start to trade right now. They move the monies in batches. So not because you send $100, they need to start trading instantly. No, they move the money in batches. One. Number two, when they see that there is a trade position to be locked on and the algorithm is about to take something, then they can plug others. So please, in case you make a contribution and you see 00 at your back office, don't be apprehensive. It's in place. So when Endotech algorithm begins to trade, remember I've said that 70% of the profit will be coming to you. Why the contributor? Why 15% will be coming to the community, which again, you are still part of the community. So there's potential of 85% returning back to your Tron wallet. Now, for those of us who are building a community, building a tribe, sharing this with friends, the system also has up to 46% to reward you. And this is very, very important. Why are we using the Tron blockchain? Again, we're using Tron USDT, TRC20. Please do not miss this. There are different USDT. They have USDT ERC20. That's under the Ethereum protocol. You have the BP20 under Binance. So there's a lot of things like that. Some people get to mix it up. People have sent Ethereum address saying it should be funded. Now, every Tron TRC20's address starts with a T. If it's not a T and you make that transfer, it is gone forever. Capital letter gone. Do not make the mistake. If you're about to transfer or somebody says transfer to me, make sure if it's a Tron TRC20, it must start with a T. When you see OX and the rest of it, you might be looking at an Ethereum protocol. Now, USDT is the #1 blockchain. Again, the Tron USDT. It allows for instant payout and distribution of funds. So that's why we are using this, because we want instant payout. Number two, it removes the need for a company to be in control, so that we do not have quarrel and all those human errors. They are limited. It allows all promises to be executed instantly with 100% transparency, because everything is transparent in the blockchain. So you can go to the blockchain with anybody's address and you can track everything and every movement. If the money is there, if the money is not there, if somebody says I didn't get it and all of that, it can be tracked. Very transparent. Tron blockchain is among the fastest and is the most scalable. It integrates with most cutting-edge dApp wallets and browsers. Tron is a top emerging decentralized app platform with a very big future. Now, for those of us that want to play passive, there is a potential for you to be passive, even if you do not contribute or refer anyone. There are three possibilities here. Number one, by making a contribution, you get to own equity. Like I said, Endotech is reserving 5%. So you get your proportional portion of that 5%, and there's potential return from selling Endotech stocks or receiving dividends in the future. Number two is the trading reward. There's potential reward from successful trading performance using Endotech's current AI system on the Daisy fund. Again, I've shown you a few results there of what they also do. You are not the one trading. You are not involved in the emotions and all those things. They trade, you make your withdrawal. Number three is potential matrix spillover. We run a 3x10 matrix system. So by being a part of the community, there are ways you can benefit even without bringing anybody in, and I'll show you a couple of that. Now, there are 10 levels you can be a part of the community to contribute. Because if you are not some people say, can I register and pay later? No, there is no register and pay later. Everything is live. When you activate, you're already in the community. We don't want ghost workers and ghost partners here. It's a real project. Now, there are 10 ways you can be a part of this. Minimum entry, and that's the beginning entry for everybody, is $100. The second one is 200, where we have 400, we have 800. It's progressive. You don't skip. You can't jump from 100 to 400. You must do 100. Then the next tier will be 200. So if you add 100 plus 200, that's 300. Then the next tier is 400. So it's like 1 times 2, 200. 2 times 2, 400. 4 times 2, 800. So if I want to do tier 1 to tier 4, that will cost me $1,500 US. Now, any contribution made between tier 1 to tier 7 Again, tier 1 to tier 7 will be costing you about $12,700. I'm on tier 7 currently. Anything done between tier 1 to tier 7 will be splitted 50-50, meaning 50% of it will go into the Daisy fund so that it can trade passively for you. While 50% will go into the Daisy crowd where the network and all that things are being taken care of as a result of that. Then you also have your equity portion, okay, being allocated for each tier level you go. Tier 1, 1 share, tier 2, you get 3 share, making a total of 4. Tier 3, you have 7 shares, so it keeps going down all the way for you. Any contribution you make from tier 8, entry 8 down to 10, okay, is being divided 70-30. That's how it's been allocated. 70% is allowing you to earn much more passively. So they are putting more money passively so that as they trade, they make whatever profit they make. Again, you are still getting 70% out of that, but guess what? Because it's 70%, it will be much more higher. Again, all of these are done passively without your involvement in it. Now, there's a referral plan in this. Again, it's 100% optional, but it's something you would like to take a look at. Now, we have 3 ways you are being rewarded, what we call the upfront income, residual income from trading profit, and the stock equity. And the amazing thing here is that all payments are instant. There are systems that pay you weekly, monthly, fortnightly, every Monday, every Thursday. No, this is paid instantaneously straight to your wallet. And they have up to 46% payout. Again, one of the things I like about this is some of us have been a part of a system where they lock in 100% into the referral. So if you cannot refer anybody, you get to lose. But you see, the Daisy system says, we do not know whether you're interested to talk about this to others, to get people in. You might not be one that is interested. But so we choose to make sure a portion of your money is working for you, whether you talk to anybody or not. But for the rest of us that choose, 40% is allocated. So again, it's a win-win for all. It begins first by you sharing this with somebody. And as a result, what you get is what we call the personal referral bonus. You earn 5% direct bonus from everybody you get to share with if they come on board. And whatsoever tier they participate in or upgrade to, you'll be earning 5% from that. So again, somebody joins you with $100, check your account, you find that instantly you've been paid 5% of that. The person upgrades to 200, you earn another 5%. The person upgrades to 400, you earn another 5%. The person goes to 800, you earn another 5% of that. So think about it. If the same person goes from tier 1 to tier 10, $102,300, you would have earned $5,115 just from that one person. Think about it if you don't have 10 persons, 20 persons, 50, 100 persons, or 1,000, depending on your network of the personal people you get on into the community, and you are earning 5% of every upgrade they make. Think about that coming in as a cash flow. Now, you can earn matrix bonus up to 10 generations from every tier that you contribute to. So it simply means, like I said, there are 10 levels to which you can make a contribution, but to the tier that you have contributed to, you can earn up to 10 generations of that tier. We operate a what we call a force matrix system, and every tier has its own matrix system. So again, the matrix system is placed from left to right. You see generation 1, 1, 2, 3. Generation 2 will be 9 people. Again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then generation 3 to 10 will be 27, 81. It keeps going down. That's what we mean operating from left to right, 3 by 10 matrix system. Now, I've already explained that you unlock a new matrix for each tier contribution, meaning if you make a contribution for the tier 1 has 10 generation. If you make contribution for tier 2 also has 10 generation. If you make contribution for tier 3 also have 10 generation, up to tier 10. So tiers are the fundings you make. Generations are the depth of the engagement of people under your structure for each of these individual tier contributions that you make. Now, tier contribution, each contribution tier that you fund lets you earn from those same tiers that are funded within your matrix. Again, understand that your crowdfunding tiers determine the tiers that you earn from in the matrix. So you cannot be on tier 1 and you earn from somebody doing tier 5. It's not possible. You do not have a tier 5 open. You will earn according to the tier that you personally have open. So what does that mean? Like I said, every tier has their own 10 generation. So this is $100 tier. So you see it opens 10 generation, which is, like I said, it's a 3 by 10. So we have 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 721, up to 10 generation. If you add up everything here, it's about 88,572. It means just on being on a $100 tier, you stand the potential to earn from 88,572 contribution. Now, if you are on a $200 tier, it also opens up 10 generation. So if you are not on $200, you cannot earn from a $200 contribution. You will earn the 5% as a direct you brought to the person, but the person went ahead of you to 200 and you are not on 200, the system will compress that 200 matrix to somebody that has 200 open above you. So if somebody you got in goes higher before you, you are losing money on the table. And again, you can't jump from 100 to 400. So somebody says, I have $400. Let me start with $400. Please, it is not possible. You cannot skip tiers. You go sequentially. You do 100, you do 200, you do 400, you do 800, and you keep going. I hope that's clear. Now, let's talk about the matrix bonus quickly. Like I said, there are 10 generations, okay, for every tier, but it doesn't matter which tier you are on. Your first 2 generations are absolutely free. It doesn't matter which tier, whether you got somebody in or not. If people drop under that tier structure, you will earn. An example here is you are not interested, okay, in bringing anybody, but somehow 3 people fell under you. There must not be 3 before you earn. Even 1 person drops, you already earn. So let's say the person came in with $100, you are going to earn 4% if the person is your first generation. So if somebody were to contribute, these 3 people were to contribute $100 each, that will be 300. 4% of that is $12. So if you earn, even though you've not brought anybody, look at this, personal, 0. Funded by referral, you've not brought anybody, but you are earning from the spillover. What that simply means, you are taking a bite out of the national cake that you did not bake. Because other people are getting their friends, their relations, families, acquaintances in, and some people fell under your structure and you get to earn. So you can see yourself earning here. Let's say it was on 3, they became 9. Again, you're still earning 4%. So 4% of that will be $36. 36 plus 12 is $48. Probably you did 100. Now you've earned 48. 50% is trading. You have stock equity and you still have all of this. This is simply amazing. Now, as they begin to fund higher tiers and you are also a part of that higher tiers, you also continue to earn. So just think about that. Now, we have from generation 3 downward. There are certain requirements that are needed in some cases, and there are certain requirements that are not needed, and I'll explain that. For you to be able to earn from generation 3, you will require 3 people who have made a contribution of $1,000 cumulatively, not each person. It means the 3 of them, maybe somebody does tier 1 to tier 3, that's $700. Another person does tier 1 and 2, that's $300. That's already $1,000, but the system says it must be 3 people. So even if the other does $100, then that's fine. It has completed 1,000. And what that implies, rather than earning from 9 people, you can now earn from 27 people. Understand that this is a game of leverage. You are taking a bite out of the pie of other people. It means whatsoever these 27 people contribute, you'll be earning 3% of that contribution if you have that tier open up. So think about that. You may not know the 27 persons, but because you contributed just 3 people. For you to get to generation 4, you need 6 people who have done 2,000, not fresh 6, an additional 3 to these 3 that we'll have here. And not a fresh 2,000, additional $1,000 to the previous 1,000, it becomes 2,000. Now you can earn from 81 people. And you can see the more the number, the more the leverage that you can actually tap into. For you to get to max it out, you will need a minimum of 24 people. Minimum. You can get 1,000 people as long as they are more than 24 people, and they are able to do 128,000 US dollar in cumulative contribution. What that simply means, it gives you the opportunity to max out and earn from 88,572. Now, remember I said tier 1 to tier 7 is 12,700. So imagine if you had 10 people doing tier 7, 1 to 7, 2 to 7, that's already 12,700 times 10. It's already $128,000. So that simply means there is that possibility for you with an extra $1,000 to make this happen. Right now, as I speak to you, we have over 300 people that have already made this happen. Now, take a look. If you're able to max out, that you're able to do, if you put all of this together, you're looking at 198 million. Guys, you didn't bring a billion people, perhaps just 24 people, 25, 50 people, 100 people, and they've all made about $128,000, and you could earn from this number of people. The leverage, you brought 28, but you're earning from 88,000, and that can result in $198 million. Will your life change? Obviously, yes. Let's even say it's 10% of that, $19.8 million. Your life will still drastically change. Let's even say it's 1%, $1.98 million. Listen, any one of us on this call that got $1.98 million, even before the end of this year, that will be significant enough to do something. Unless you're jumping into politics, I don't know what your dreams are, but it's possible. Uncle, you want to go for presidency. I don't know, okay? But that's significant. But let me show you something. Even if all you wanted to do was $100, please take a look, because I'm going to repeat something right now after I'm done here. Look at this. Even if you started with $100 and everybody kept doing $100, $100, no, some people just say, what's the minimum? And people always tend towards the minimum. It's a default setting in people's mind. What's the minimum? It's a mentality. You've got to switch your mind to be premium and raise yourself, okay? There's nothing wrong in starting there, but your mind must not be factored on the minimum. What is the maximum? To what level? Yes, I can start here, but my eye is on a higher tier. There are some persons that it doesn't matter, they just want the minimum. Well, you are allowed, but let me show you the potential. Even if all you did was $100 tier, 10 generation, look at it, 344,000 US dollars with just $100, guys. You can earn $344,000 just with $100. What's more, just fasten your seatbelt. I'll give you the juicy news concerning this $100 tier contribution. Now, there is a grace period of 48 hours. It's not a religious gathering, so we are not sharing the grace yet. But some of us understand what grace simply means. It suspends the rule. So the system says for your first 48 hours after you sign up, we are going to do something. Number one, we will suspend every matrix qualification required. I just showed you needed from generation 3, you needed 3 people, 1,000, generation 4, you need 6 people, 2,000, generation 10, you need 24 people with 128,000 for you to be earning in case those activities are happening. In your first 48 hours, the system says, we do not know what will happen overnight. We do not know where the miracle is coming from. But in case it happens, we allow you to earn to all 10 generations. You earn matrix bonuses on all 10 generations, whether you qualify or not. So it could be from tier 1 to tier 10. I've seen people already doing tier 1 to tier 10 within 4 minutes. They just registered themselves. Then people started coming in tier 1, people started coming in tier 2, and yet they've not done anything. Let's say you get to generation 10, you will earn all of that. Yet the requirement had said you needed some of those, this amount of people, this amount of qualification. It is suspended for 48 hours. Please, only 48 hours after you sign up, you start counting. Now, I talked about the $100 tier, which is the default setting for a lot of people, but this is the possibility, and this will excite you. If you are on $100, everybody starts with $100. So I also have $100 tier. So it's a privilege for everybody to benefit from this. If you're on $100 tier, there is no requirement for tier 1 matrix. What does that mean? It means you can earn from all 10 tier 1 generations. I just showed you that if you go 10 levels, you can earn 344,000 US dollars. What we are saying right now is this: no tier 1 matrix qualification is required if you're on tier 1. You are allowed to earn to all 10 generation, whether you bring anybody or not. Anytime anybody drops, it counts for you, you earn. And there is no time frame, it is for life. As long as you have a tier 1 and people are dropping under registration with tier 1, which everybody begins with anyway, and it's now falling under your structure. Initially, when we began, outside the first 2 generations, you needed to have 3 people to one for you to earn from that second one. So a lot of people were missing out, and they felt people doing tier 1 well, basically are people who don't have much. And the community really wants to empower people. So why don't we remove these restrictions? So that people can max out. So just think about that. Even so, it simply means even though you came in passive, you said, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to bring anybody, but for you to be a part of this, you did $100 tier. The system says for the life of this project, we do not know how long, there is no guarantee on how long it will take to get to that, but it does not wait till it gets to generation 10. Every one drop of anybody that falls under your metrics, check your account, you see that that money is paid instantaneously. So congratulations to all tier 1 holders. Everybody holds that. You can earn minimum, you can earn up to $344,000 guaranteed. For those of us that are on tier 2, they also decided, okay, you know what, let's do something for tier 2. Tier 2 will require that you still meet those 3 conditions from generation 3 downward to 10. You needed 3 people. But you say, you know what? Just have 3 people join you. As long as you do, I mean, for you to do it, for you to get to tier 2, it simply means you've joined tier 1. But as long as you have 3 people, it doesn't matter whether 3 people did $100. But as long as you have 3 personal referral, you are going to unlock tier 2 matrix generation with only your personal referral requirements. No contribution required. It simply means I have 3 people. Whether the 3 people did $100 or the 3 people did 200, or as long as there is no requirement, that's not required. So, and what's the minimum for people to be a part of this project? It's $100. See, it simply means if you have 3 people who have done a $100 contribution through you, and now you move to tier 2, the system says you can earn to 10 generation of your tier 2. Think about that. If $100 can give you 344,000 US dollars, think about tier 2. So guys, you might say, I don't have much to go up, but do you have 3 people that can join you even with 100? Just open up those windows to earn. That's how you can upgrade yourself probably. So this is beautiful. Well, for those of us on tier 10 to 10, remember I'm currently on tier 7, so I just have 3 more to go. Tier 3 to 10, every requirement is now applied. You unlock generation 3 to 10 of every matrix for tier 3 to 10 by meeting both your personal referral and the funding requirement, again, that we discussed in the matrix. So that's what is needed. But see, there's a whole lot of money on the table, even with your tier 1. So if you are doing 300 something, tier 2, you can do it. So even with the 2 again, you can possibly be looking at almost 600 or 700,000 or more. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Now there is a matrix check matching bonus here. What does that mean? Everybody you personally refer and you are on their matrix. So it simply means, for example, you are in a $100 matrix and somebody is earning any of those things. Let's say somebody goes all 10 tiers and earns $344,000. You will earn 10% of that. Why? You personally brought the person. If the person earns $50,000, you earn 10% of that because you personally brought the person and you have that tier. If you're on tier 2 and somebody perhaps goes to earn 500,000, you will earn 10% of that. Why? You have that tier open. But if you are on tier 1 and somebody you brought has tier 2, 3, 4 open and the person is earning on those matrices, you will not earn. You only earn to the matrix to which you have open. So anything they earn, that 10%, you earn from that. Again, that's why I like to encourage people upgrade. Some people think, oh, it's for personal reasons. No, it's just for you to max out. Don't leave money on the table. If you have the opportunity to go higher, step up higher, because you do not know. Remember, it's not people you brought in, spillovers. They can just drop in and you find yourself earning. That's how sometimes I just wake up and I just find out some amount of money have just come in and I've not registered anybody. And I know somebody in my team has not registered anybody because there is a way I can track that. But what happened? It was a spillover or somebody who did the particular tier that I have done, and the person fell under my structure, and I took a portion of that contribution because I had it open. And if my team member had the same and my team member had earned that, I earned 10% also. So I just see it being paid instantaneously, which is so beautiful for everybody to win. Okay, let's talk finally on this, which is a pace setter. The pace setter is for people who are go-getters, and the pace setter begins immediately. You remember 48 hours is from the time you sign up, but not just 48 hours. We have 30-day challenge for you. What does that mean? Remember, your first 2 generations are actually free. You don't need to do anything to earn. You can earn. But for you to earn from generation 3, I've already explained that you need 3 people with $1,000 to earn from 27 people. Generation 4, you need 6 people, $2,000 to earn from 81. Generation 5, you need 9 people to 4,000 to earn from this number of people. But this is what the system says. Within your first 30 days, if you're able to unlock generation 3, meaning I have 3 people, cumulatively 3 of them did $1,000, I'm supposed to be earning from 27 people. The system says we gift you automatically the next one for free, for life, even though you have not qualified for it. In case 81 people just drop, and here you have not even gotten 6 people yet. From these 27 people, they can turn to thousands of people. You will earn from these 81 people every contribution they make. Think about that. If you're able to now officially get 6 people with $2,000, rather than earning from 81 people, you can earn from 243 people. It is gifted to you for life. But all of this must happen within your first 30 days. So if for any reason you are now able to do to generation 10, remember generation 10, we need 24 people, and the 24 people have a minimum of 128,000. So similarly, it could have been 100 people. You can do more than 24 so that this can easily aggregate more. At that point in time, you are now what we call a pace setter gold. You are able to make it for 30 days. Let's say you got to 9, you've not gotten to 10 yet, you've got 21 people. They will gift you generation 10. Gifting you generation 10 does not make you a pace setter gold. They gift you generation 10 to be able to earn from 59,000 people rather than just 19,000 people. And what does it take? 21 people, 64,000 US dollars. But when you now officially qualify for generation 10, you are a pace setter gold. So what do you get? Well, as a pace setter gold, unlocking this in your first 30 days, you get 1.8% of all global crowdfunding contribution. Mind you, this is not your team. This is not your network. This is the entire globe. Anywhere any contribution is done in the world, 1.8% of that contribution, it could have been a tier 1 contribution, tier 2 contribution, tier 3 contribution, tier 10 contribution. 1.8% of that is put in a pool. And everybody that is a pace setter gets to share that. Right now, we're about almost 100,000 people, and we just have about 300 pace setters. So imagine every contribution we make, these 300 people are collecting it, shared instantaneously to them. 1.25% of all global trading reward, okay? all global trading reward is also distributed. So every time there's a trade, profits are being made, 1.25% of all global trading reward is distributed. So anything anybody is earning in the world, 1.5%. Think about that happening. And every second, somebody somewhere in the world is withdrawing, is making profit. There's another extra 5% equity share. Remember, the entire community is sharing 5%, but for the people that are pace setter, they gift them just 5%. So right now we're about 300 people. So imagine 300 people taking 5%. Plus 50% of all residual breakage. The trading reward, there are some, we'll get there to the level where people are supposed to earn, the best people didn't earn, they move those money to the people on the pace setters. But please, it must happen within your first 30 days from the day of your registration. If you miss it 31 days, sorry. I checked my back office today. We have 13 days. Some of us started earlier. So we, as at today, if you check your back office, we have 13 days to go for the 30 days. Every other person, some of you joined last week, check your back office, you will see your own is counting. Now, in case you miss it, that's not the end of the world. Try to help your team members to make it happen. If you're able to help 3 of your team members to become pace setter, there is no time frame because everybody have their own 30 days. So somebody can join in June and become a pace setter. Somebody can join in August, becomes a pace setter. Somebody can join in November, becomes a pace setter. Once you have 3 of your direct becoming a pace setter, what that simply means is that you now qualify as a pace setter leadership bonus earner. And what do you get? 1.8% of all global crowdfunding contribution. The same thing those other people got. Every time everybody contributes, 1.8% comes into that pool, and you are going to share it from that. 1.25% of all global trading reward is being distributed. You get to earn also 50% of all residual breakage. But guess what? There is no time limit for this because it's not tied to you. It's tied to whenever your direct team members become pace setter when they join. But this is the beauty of this. In case you are able to qualify for both, think about it. 3.6% of every contribution worldwide, anytime anybody joins, 3.6% of that comes into a pool and you get paid instantaneously. 2.5% of all trading profit worldwide is coming to you. It's divided among all qualified pace setter and it pays out instantaneously. So imagine thousands of deposits every day directly into your wallet. So you hold your phone and you just see your wallet swelling because as I'm speaking right now, somebody is being activated somewhere around the world. Remember, this is not your team. Now you are a global player earning per second and withdrawing per second. Think about that beauty. Now, let's talk about the withdrawals and the trading side of what we call unilevel. Now, unilevel is no longer, we're not talking about the spillover. Unilevel simply means the people you got in. So, for those of us that I don't want to talk to anybody, this does not address, this is not, it's not related to you, why you don't have anybody that you got in. But if in case you're able to get in 5, 10 persons, 20 persons, doesn't matter the number, every time they make profit from their trades and they withdraw, 3.5% of whatever they withdraw is paid back to you. Think about that. So, and everybody's withdrawing. So it pays on reward from all contributors on each level. Automatically, you earn from the rewards of tier 1 and tier 2, tier 2 to tier 3, 10 follows the same matrix. But the beautiful thing here is that there is no limit on residual reward. So because the person that earned this week can earn again next week, can earn again next month, and the person wants to withdraw, anytime the person withdraws, you earn 3.5% because you got them in. Now, the people they got in are also earning, and you are getting 1% up to 10 generations. Think about that. So sometimes I wake up like today, I just check, I find out that I have a unilevel payout. What that simply means that somebody in the team has withdrawn. I don't know the person. I don't need to know the person. They don't put their name, but they just pay you that percentage, either 3.5% to your direct 1%, and multiple are withdrawing, and you just find out you just see the money is coming in your back office. This can be very, very addictive sometimes to take a look at. Well, there are 3 categories of contributors here. Everyone that contributes between tier 1 to tier 7, please understand that 50% goes into your DAISY fund. And tier 8 to tier 10, 70% goes into your Daisy fund. But we have VIP contributors. What makes you a VIP contributor? At that level anyway, 100% goes into your personal account. So you open your own Binance account or any other recommended account, and you are being traded for. But to be a VIP customer means you have gotten to tier 10. Okay, it does not mean you got to tier 10 at once. You just keep going. So when you get to tier 10, you become a VIP customer. At that point in time, 100% of your fund goes into the trading, 100%. Your personal account. So you are not giving it to Daisy, you are not giving it to Endotech. It is your own personally controlled Binance account. Rather than $1 million, you can start with 20,000 US dollars and they can begin to trade for you. So the fund stays in your personal wallet. You have absolute control of that. The setup for the rest of anybody that goes to Endotech is 10% setup fee. So, but for you, it's 5%. And for those people that go to a true Endotech, that money is paid every year. But for you, it's set up once for life. Why? You are in the community. Think about that. And in our Daisy system, you see that it is divided 70-30, even in the profit. So you get 70%. But because the money is in your personal account, it is 80-20. Now, Endotech cannot even take the money because when they trade for you, perhaps every 3 months, whatever the profit had been, you will return 20%. 10% is back to the community, 10% is back to Endotech for performance fee. But now you are keeping 80%. Guess what? Why you have this 80% that is under your absolute control, you are still part of the community that is generating 70%. So I think you have a damaged ATM machine around you, spitting money wherever you go. And like I said, 10% goes into a referral plan, and they take 10% for performance fee. So guys, that's project 1. You cannot be a part of project 2 if you are not on project 1. So everybody comes through the Daisy first project. Now, just about 6 days ago, this was announced, and it's actually spreading like wildfire. It's our own Daisy DeFi token and IDO Launchpad. Like I said, we're a community, so anything is possible. Well, what is this about? It's a Daisy DeFi Launchpad token, which will be available from July 1st to Daisy member. It will be available to July 1st to Daisy member. So it's just about 4 weeks, away. This will be available to Daisy member. We are launching our own DeFi platform. And this announcing the Daisy DeFi at the Digital Summit, which is happening June 10th and 11th, 2 days event. This Daisy DeFi token will be announced there. The CEO of Binance will be speaking there. The creator of MetaMask will be speaking there. The creator of Aave will be speaking there. A lot of the top range DeFi creators and founders and projects will be there. And guess what? Daisy community is the chief sponsor of that digital summit, and the world is waiting, because once we put this words, imagine the Binance community are watching, their CEOs speak, and suddenly they find Daisy at the background rolling, and they're asking, what is Daisy? What's Daisy DeFi? So this is about to go on steroid. Now, we will be listed on CoinMarketCap and other public exchanges. They're already ready, about to make that happen. And we're using a cross-chain DeFi launchpad for this IDO. Somebody will say, what's a cross-chain? If you go to Pancake, you find out that for most of the DeFi project, Pancake. So either you're using Trust Wallet, you're using the MetaMask, Pancake. And what do you use on your Pancake? BNB, Binance Smart Chain. If you go to a platform like Uniswap, you are using Ethereum. So sometimes you are limited, that you need to know how this other platform works to be able to use it. What the Daisy Launchpad is doing is to create a platform that whether you buy on through Binance, you want to buy with Ethereum, you want to buy with Tron, you want to buy, they are considering Cardano and other ones, is a cross chain. So it's like a one-stop space. So you don't need to go to this one, go to this one, everything locked in there. That will be attracting a lot of projects in. And the Daisy token is the utility token for the Daisy Launchpad platform. Like I said, if you want to play on Uniswap, what do you use? Ethereum. If you want to play on Pancake, basically, what do you use? We use your BNB, Binance, BSC. But you see, if you need to play on the Daisy Launchpad, then you need a Daisy token. So that's what is needed. Now, for staking your Daisy token, you are going to earn free DeFi token in every project. What does that mean? So let's say I have 1,000 Daisy token, and I just stake it and I keep it, meaning you are not selling, yours is locked as an escrow. Every project that comes on our platform to launch, you get free airdrop from every one of them. Without exception. You don't need to buy them. So it's so beautiful. What people probably want to take advantage of as a pre-sale, whatever, but because you are part of the community and your coin is being staked, for every one person who is staking their DeFi token, you'll be getting free of those. So some of them might go really well, and you just have fractional units of that. Think about how many are coming in daily, how many are coming in at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and you have fractions of all of this. You might just be surprised you become a fractional billionaire. All right. So the valuation of the coin market cap will be beginning at $5 per token. So for the public, it is beginning at $5. That is where our coin is beginning. I'll be showing you a few things if I look at the time well. But for Daisy member, you don't need to wait to buy it at $5, please. Daisy members can secure pre-sale token from 10 cents up to $1. There will be 4 cycles, okay, of purchases. So cycle 1 will be sold for 10 cents. In case you don't buy it, then the second level is 25 cents. Still for members. No other person can buy at that price. Only members of the community. The third one is 50. Then the last one is $1. So if you bought it at 10 cents and even members are going to buy it at $1, you've done 10x your money. You've done 10x your money without going public yet. And now it's to be listed at $5 minimum. That's already 50x. 50x. So guys, think about that. Let's even say you put in $100. $100, 10 cents will give you 1,000 token. 1,000 token at $1 is already $1,000, and you put in just 100. When it's being listed, you are going to get it at $5. That's already $5,000. What does that say? Every $100 is $5,000 waiting in another 3 to 4 months. Guys, do you want to convert your $100 to $5,000? This is the opportunity. So peer-to-peer model only for Daisy member pre-sale. The pre-sale is not available to anybody outside the community. Anybody that wants to get this pre-sale price must come into the community first. So that's why you find out in the next couple of 2-3 weeks, the community will explode, because once this goes to that summit where it's going to be announced, the world will want to get in on this. And as people are also buying this, you will also be earning, okay? If people in your team are also buying, you will earn. Whether you buy the coin or not, as long as you already have a structure in Daisy and people in your team are buying, you'll find yourself also earning. Now, there are 3 bonus pools for Daisy members with about 10 million tokens in each pool. I'll talk about that shortly. Then we have referral bonus being paid out instantly in USDT. So again, as people are buying the token, you are also earning USDT. Like I said, whether you even bought or not, as long as they buy, you will earn. And as you earn, you can use that to buy more of your own token. Just so beautiful to be at the in the community right now. So the token pre-sale is limited to about 30% total supply. I think the total supply is about 1 billion units, so about 1 billion units, and these members can buy token up to their current tier contribution. What does that mean? If you're $100 tier holder, tier 1, you can only buy the token up to $100, please. So what does that mean? It's still not bad, 1,000 token. That's still not bad, 5,000. But will you want to go to buy $200 worth? You cannot buy it if you don't have a $200 tier. What does that mean? Upgrade ASAP, so as to give yourself, because I put in if I can put in 100 and I get if I put in 100 and I get 5,000, because 100 will give you 1,000 token, which turns to at $5 is already 5,000. What if I don't do tier 2? That's 300. That's $200. 200 plus 1, $300. So 300 will be giving you about 3,000 token. At $5, we're already looking at $15,000. We want to convert $300 to $15,000. And guys, we're not talking about something of next year, something that will be happening in another just 90 days. It's crazy, the possibilities here. But they also make it quite exciting where you can refer 4 people to the Daisy community, and with $1,000 in total contribution. Now, remember, nobody can buy the token if they are not in the community. So, if you, a lot of people are right now interested in the Daisy token, but they've got to be a part of the community. If you're able to refer 4 people to the Daisy community with $1,000 in total contribution, you will earn a share in the Daisy token spillover maker pool with $10,000, 10 million Daisy token available in that pool. So what they've done, they've created 3 different pools. Pool 1, every 4 people you share with, and they come in and you have a minimum of $1,000, you qualify for a share. And this is not per 4 people, because it's going to be at the end of this thing, they will check. You could have done, because somebody can come in with 100, another person 100, another person 100, then the third person did 1,005, then you have some other 100, 8 people, you get 2 shares. And there is 10 million tokens available for that pool. I posted something in the community yesterday, somebody from Hungary who had just gotten in 40, is it 30 people, or $30,000 or $40,000 worth? And the guy had secured for himself about 44 shares in this token. So think about all of that possibility. Then there's another 10 million tokens which will be added to the Paysetter bonus pool. So again, I think being a Paysetter is something you want to really push for if you have the capacity for, or want to stretch yourself for. Why? Remember, first of all, the Paysetters are already milking out, but they are now giving 10 million tokens only for being a Paysetter. They share it. Right now, they're about 300 people, and they get to share 10 million tokens. What does that say to you? Each person is getting about 33,000 tokens. 33,000. Let's even say 30,000 tokens. 30,000 tokens at $5 is already $150,000. And what does it take you to be a Paysetter? Having $102,000, $128,000 in your personal referral funding, and you are going to collect 150,000. I don't want to put things in your head, because some of us are already thinking, wouldn't it be nice to, even if you were to somehow get this fund, become a Paysetter, you get that about 30,000 tokens, and you make 150,000 out of that, and every other largesse begins to build on that, and multiple things. Everybody around the world is really sure you are earning from that also. Too many things. So Paysetter is juicy, but I think we have 13 more days. For those of us who have been in the system, 13 more days. Check your back office, 13 more days to Paysetter. Can you do it? On your mark, get set, your time starts now. Well, for those of us that are Paysetter leaders, you have produced leaders who are Paysetter, another 10 million token is in that pool. I think that's the most juicy pool, because right now there are about 30 people in that pool. 30 people sharing about 10 million. That simply means about 1.5 million tokens per person. And get to think about that. Even at $1, you've made over 1.5 million. Don't talk of at $5. Don't talk about 10. So guys, there is so much happening on this DeFi platform. The community excited, the buzz is on. And if you're a guest, what I'll tell you is join today and position yourself to earn from both the Daisy AI platform and the upcoming Daisy DeFi token and Launchpad. I hope that in case you are watching this as a replay, that somebody sent this to you, that you are not watching when we already launched. But if you have the privilege to watch this before we go live, July 1st, you want to be on this. But there's also, I think there is a lock of people who are able to make this happen between now and June 11. June 11, you lock it down. You lock it down for the token. Okay, so you're not waiting till then. You want to be qualified before June 11, June 12, because from June 12, it's already open to the public. Remember, it will be announced. So just make sure you take position as fast as possible. So how do you join Daisy? Download Tron Link, Tron Link wallet, www.tronlink.org, iOS, Android, Chrome extension. And I beg of you, please save your mnemonic, 12 mnemonic, save it. Prepare $100 USDT, TRC20, and the corresponding gas fee, which is in Tron. For every tier, you will need about 140 Tron. For every, so tier 1, yes, you are paying in USDT, but the energy, fees, and transaction is in Tron. Every tier will cost about 140 Tron. Get the link of your referral and get started immediately. I will always say that the next step you can take is to get back to the person who shared this with you. So again, they can get you started. And why is that important? Because the next move, absolutely, it's on you. The capacity to earn is a gift. The ability to earn is a skill. But you see, like the Bible will say, if you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. The willingness to earn is absolutely your choice. With that being said, I want to say thank you very much for being a part of this presentation. But probably just give me a second. Well, let me see, one more second, and let me see if I can show you something I like to show possibilities of the things in the past, and I'll just stop it there. So let me stop this share. Let me stop the share here and come back here and show you some other project that I've taken this line of operation. So let me, okay, look at this. I'm on CoinGecko. Again, you can go to CoinGecko and check this. So let me refresh this. So that it doesn't look like something that okay, good, beautiful. Look at this, DeFi. So I come to DeFi. You can see top 100 DeFi coins by market capitalization. If I come here, you see number 1 again is Uniswap. Uniswap currently right now, the market has dropped. The last 24 hours has dropped 18%. So that's a huge drop. But it's still on $22. And so $22, so why am I showing you the price of Uniswap at 22? This is the reason why. Guys, take a look at the screen. Look at this. Uniswap all-time high was just 27 days ago at $44. What was the all-time low? $1. So even from where it's at the all-time low to the current price right now, it has done over 2,000%. And from the high, which was 27 days ago, it has even dropped 50%. 50%. Remember, it's $22 and it was high of 44. So it has dropped 50%. But let me show you something here again, max. Let me put this on the max. Can you see? This is, like I said, something is about a $1 move to about 44. This was September 2020, 8 months ago. Will you have been willing to put $1 in 8 months to have gotten $44? How many percent is that? Because $100 to $10, that's 10x. as 10x. So you are looking at 400x here. 400x. Even at $22 right now, is the price still good for people who came in with $1? And listen, we're not talking about something that have lasted 10 years, 5 years, just 8 months ago. Uniswap is a launchpad for DeFi projects. So let me show you one more so that you understand why you don't want to miss this. So top 5, which number 2 here is Chainlink. So let's take a look at Chainlink and see what is happening with Chainlink. Chainlink is $24 now. Chainlink has actually been around for a while, but you see Chainlink as at 3 years ago, okay, 14 cents, about 14 cents. And it has even done 16,000%, and has even dropped. The high was even 20 days ago, 53%. So from 10 cents to $52. You might say, okay, 3 years is a long time. So let me leave this and come to, let me get another beautiful, I'll show you 2 more. A lot of people are using Pancake these days. Pancake. So look at Pancake right now, it's $14. So let me click on Pancake and let's look at when Pancake began 7 months ago, guys. 7 months ago, where were you? 19 cents. 19 cents. 19 cents. Daisy is on 10. 19 cents. That is if you get it on time. Otherwise, you still get it at $1, which is still not bad. But 19 cents. And what was the high price 29 days ago? April 30th, $43. So something you bought for 9, and currently it's still over 7,200%. Something you got for 19 cents went to $43. That's even dropped 67%. Think about the millions that we have made here. Remember, we even talk about $1 to 44. We're looking at over 400%. You're not buying it in cents, not even $1. Let me show you the map here. Max here, so that you can see. Look at this. Look at this. All of this 7 months ago. 7 months ago. Look at what is happening in the space. Let me show you another one more. Let's look for what's number 4 here is Aave. Aave is one shocker. It's $283 right now for Aave. Again, remember, look at the market have seriously dropped in the last 24, 48 hours. So in the last 24 hours, that's dropped 14%. Okay, in the last 7 days, that's dropped 23%. Okay, now take a look at this. All-time low, 7 months ago. Again, 7 months ago, 26%. What was the all-time high 11 days ago? $600. No, I said $26. What was the all-time high? 661. And this was not pre-sale. This is market price. Now, before it became 26, some people have bought it far, 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 far lower. Let me put some marks here so that you understand. Some people got it at a pre-sale. And you are now getting it at low price 7 months ago at 26. And it went to $661 11 days ago. 600, guys. 600. And you have the opportunity to pick up Daisy DeFi token at 10 cents for members, 25 cents for members, 50 cents for members, $1 for members. And the beginning price is $5. That's why I said you're already in profit, 50x by the time we're in the market. So imagine it now begins to shoot to maybe $10, $20, $50, $100. I've just shown you examples so that you understand what is about to happen. So guys, this is the Daisy story, and this is the community that we are building together as one. So why we show you all of this so that you don't miss out of what is about to happen. Again, with these few words of mine, I want to say thank you very much for being part of this. God bless you tremendously. Let's be on the winning side. Let's play together and let's win. God bless you.